Hey y'all, it's Daniel Aaron, and I am excited to be with you. First time I think I've ever shot a video in this kind of location. And part of that, well, actually, hey, let me show you the location. I am at Whistler Mountain in British Columbia, Canada. And specifically where I am, I think, this is ironic, is a little tiny lake called Lost Lake. And mostly I'm here right now to talk to you, offer you something about the concept of blame and how blame relates to Satori. If you don't know that word, hold on, I'll explain it in a minute. It's a word worth knowing. And you know what, by the way, this is to be my most vulnerable, authentic video ever. And geez, as I say that, I think, ooh, that means the next one has to be even more vulnerable. All right, well, I like that challenge. So check it out. And part of that's to say I don't know what I mean. And you can, I don't know if you can tell, there's some visible ice around me. I'm standing in the middle of the lake, as it turns out. It's a small lake, and I don't know how deep it is. I'm pretty sure it's really cold. Ironically, though, I'm not so sure that it's so cold that the ice is solid. It's been raining up here, so I assume that means it's been fairly warm lately. Anyway, so far so good. I am still standing. And here's what I discovered today about blame. And is this, by the way, I mentioned a moment ago, and I've never recorded a video like this, and I'm pretty sure that's true because I'm pretty sure that I haven't seen snow since our culture got into video and all that kind of stuff. So, and part of how I gauge that is my daughter Zeta, some of you all know, she saw snow for the first time a couple days ago, and it's been, I think we've been 3 days in snow now, and each day is more enlivening for her. And yesterday she made her first snow man. Today she went to ski school. When I asked her about it, I said, "How was ski school, Zeta?" She said, "When can I go again?" So I figure that's a good sign. All right, onward to the point of no blame and how I learned it, which is perhaps the authentic and vulnerable part here. And that is, you hear that? I was like, "Ooh, can I do that?" It's this. I'm at a event, a Tony Robbins sort of exclusive event, and it's part of a membership that I joined, and a one-year membership, and it's something that was more expensive than I could afford. And I invested in myself, thinking, believing, feeling, intuiting that what I learn in that is going to be of sufficient value that I can more immediately turn around my own finances in a way that is of service to many others, including those who have supported me in the past. And through better knowledge that actually means something, I am better able to serve. And it's really fun and powerful for me to learn more and more over the years that that is actually what I am made for and what I'm here for. And I came to this event without having gotten behind on my payments about 2-3 months or so, and you know, I sort of, I'm like right on the edge of a transformation around business, and you know, and I've heard that they were a little bit flexible around when the payments come in, and I'm trying to take care of some different things and shifting out of Radiantly Alive and learning, you know, how I operate in the world now as Daniel Aaron that's not connected to an official business in some way. So anyway, I had faith that it was going to work out, that I would have some money coming in that didn't actually come in, and someone out that I wasn't expecting to go out. And in any case, I arrived, you know, hoping that what I found out was actually no, it's not as flexible as that, and I'm not permitted to enter the group, which upon first hearing was, geez, devastating is the word that keeps coming to mind. And now I sit here and wonder, how could that possibly have been devastating? Yet internally, you know, and emotions are not logical, that's what it felt like to me. So I'm gonna just switch the hand here for a moment and hope that works out. Ooh, okay, wow, long video, hey? it was upsetting and scary and rough, and worst of all was the feeling of having my daughter be with me when I couldn't afford something, and to disappoint her, really, to disappoint anybody, and to disappoint the earth. Okay, we'll see where this goes. Um, in any case, I thought, okay, well, you know what? One thing I know for sure, there's always a way. And ain't no fat lady sung. Don't know where that expression goes. Having been a fat boy myself a lot, I mean, no disrespect to anybody by that. In other words, it's not over. There's got to be a way. You know, there's always a way to get. So I started getting creative and offering certain services to people, and sort of saying, hey, you know, would somebody support me? Here's some services, and such kindness and great learnings for me. A bunch of people joined me for that, and and so I was getting very close to the goal that I had, to get caught up to the point that I could join the group. And then the interesting thing that happened just very recently is today, about 2 hours ago, is when I thought I was just about this close to the goal, and I was about to work it out, and a few people had jumped in. Then the target changed, and what's what do I really want to say about that is, it was so tempting for me to blame somebody else. You know, one person said this price, and the next day somebody else said this amount, and or to blame things that happened in the past for why I am here now, other people. And I'm guessing some of y'all are going to be able to relate to this. The most tempting blame of all, of course, was to blame myself. And I was doing that a lot in the last few days. Yet what happened in the last little while is really cool and interesting. For me, it's interesting. I hope it is for you too. And it is that, when I got to that point and I heard the target changed, I'm not about to enter the group that I thought I was about to enter. I didn't feel a sense of blame. And I felt into it more, and I thought, do I really want? Yes, I really do want to be there. So I was going to go back and I'm not going to talk to the person in charge. There's got to be a way to have this work out. There's got to be a way. And I was on my way back, and and there was a little bit in me of like, that's not right, and 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 then just as I got close and I could hear a group of people, including the person that I needed to talk to there, or so I believed, and heard them laughing, and I realized that me coming closer to them to talk about this issue of mine with them would be the likely result is that they would feel uncomfortable. And so I stopped and I turned around and thought, you know what? I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable with it. Not that as you all know, I'm a fan of discomfort. It serves us at times. However, it must be chosen. Well, no, it wasn't. Not true. The universe says differently. Sometimes it's not chosen, though it's not my place to impose it upon them, that state. So I turned around and I went back and I got my hat and my jacket, and I'm out here, and so grateful to be in a snowy place for the first time in a really long time. And when I stepped out onto this lake, I thought, when last time I stepped onto a frozen lake? And I don't know, I'm probably forgetting some time here or there, though my guess is it was when I was a kid in Maine, 40 years ago maybe. I remember going ice fishing with my father and my brother once. Anyway, I'm feeling very blessed to be here in this nature and here with you and share this. And what would happen in our lives if we stopped blaming other people or life itself or circumstances or politics, or most importantly, and what it all comes down to, really what all other blame really is about, ourselves? And what happens in a peak moment like that when we do? It is, my friends, a moment of satori. And if you don't know that word Satori, and even if you do, in the spiritual scripture, it's very spiritual truth. Satori means a moment of enlightenment. It means a moment of understanding or seeing the self or feeling free. I don't need anything. In fact, everything is perfect. Everything that's happening in life is actually for my benefit. And in a moment like that, you can look at the snow falling, and it looks a lot like how things looked to Neo in the Matrix when he saw through the coding. Anyway, a moment of enlightenment may be a moment, may be an instant. It may stretch for days or weeks. That is what Satori means. Or it may last indefinitely, and we have a few beings who have clicked over to that point around us, and we are blessed. And either way, you know what a Satori is because you had them. May not have been called that, or they may not have been so profound. They're really just a moment of freedom, and how blessed we are to have freedom in our lives. So, I am grateful to life, to this situation, for all the learning in it for me, and for the opportunity to be here with you today. Thank you all. Thanks for being interested, that you're interested in this conversation, that you're interested in telling a different story, perhaps a more uplifting story about life and about yourself. That is something that is wildly exciting to me and for which I am extremely